I was getting a little bit sucked into the Ethan narrative just because he's so earnest, I guess, about his stances, and I tend to believe people who seem honest, but there were so many instances of Ethan having his own logical fallacies laid out before him and still not getting it that it really snapped me out of it. Earnestness is both out of delusion. It reads as earnestness, my bad. I was being sarcastic. You shouldn't watch content that ain't about Palestine. Okay. Did this debate ever settle anything? No. It's going to be a lot more... it's going to be a lot more... there's going to be a lot more of Ethan doing stuff because he looked pretty insane. And I don't think he realized how bad he looked. And I think when he goes over it again, he's going to try to find his best moments. He's going to say like, oh, I got him with Avi Shlaim or something, his own misunderstanding of Avi Shlaim's positions. And he's just going to, I think he's basically going to keep it up. He's going to look for other things that he can use, including maybe even some of my assessment after the fact. You've never gotten to dispel this many of the Diddy smear clips in such a short time? Yeah. Also, it's oriented the way he said was Hindi and okay on the sword itself. Yeah, he literally conceded that it wasn't a swastika sword. I don't even understand. You know? Ethan was mischaracterizing Schlaim's three worlds, by the way. I'll make a video correcting him with direct quotes from the book since he clearly never read it. Yeah, for the record, of course he didn't read it. I suspect that the person who fed him those talking points also didn't read it. They probably looked through and tried to find a couple talking points that actually suit Ethan's purpose. And he just read those out loud. In that same pod clip he used of Avi Shlaim, he explains Iraq. Yeah, here.
Worlds, which really is fascinating because at first I thought I was reading an autobiography and a personal history. And then as I continued, I realized I was reading a social history. In this book, you uncover evidence that suggests that the Israeli Mossad used certain methods to motivate Jews to leave Iraq. What was the evidence that you uncovered, and how did they motivate Jews to leave Iraq between 1948 and the 1950s?
Big picture first. In 1950, there were
domination.
35.
Remind the fugitives that actions have consequences.
By the
Securing
end
B.
of 1952, there were only
Secured.
Locking down the area.
Securing C.
The whole community had been wiped
We've
out.
claimed the advantage. Now hold it.
125.
Zone C secure.
In March 1950,
Enemies deleted. They're getting captured. Hold them back.
Taking A. They're taking C.
Get out, fast!
To leave one-way visa.
Securing Alpha.
Jews.
Get out! Lock it down here!
Jewish premises in Baghdad.
Securing Alpha.
And that helped to precipitate the exodus.
Losing Bravo.
And they always
Securing Zone C.
Learn your fucking lesson yet?
We're losing Charlie.
It was always fascinating.
We lost B.
And now, researching it, I found
Losing A.
one is that they interviewed a very elderly
Lost Alpha.
mothers in Ramadan, Yaakov Karkukli.
Sentry turret established.
Their actions, what they did, how they organized
Back up. Get a help from on my green.
Taking Alpha.
Frank, Pirate, Nakba, or something else? No, I think it'll just be like a bunch of
Lockdown. Bravo underway.
They'll try to be as loud as they possibly can. They'll get backed up by the community that will also arguments.
Klaus authorizing UAV mission.
I don't think anyone is gonna. I don't think people that don't like it. People that don't like me are not going to be like, well, you know what? I'm extending charity to Hassan in this because they haven't liked me. They don't even like me. They like me now because he hates me. They hate me a lot more. So,
Securing B.
that's precisely what this is. I think overall, yes, the reason why
We're losing
the
Alpha.
Sam Cedar conversation was probably a little bit more productive was because he can't fucking act like when Sam Cedar says I
Taking
don't
Bravo underway.
when Ethan is asking him about like random drama shit and that I just want to talk about Israel. Ethan is going to talk about Israel because he can't keep fucking harping on some dumb shit.
We're losing Charlie. All locations locked down. Dig in and hold them.
With your position, so we had to scramble to come up with defensible versions. Wait, what?
Lost C.
Have LDDR against my target.
Nobody's mind was changed today. I hope that's not the case.
Taking fire!
The song plays like
Losing A.
I don't understand how Ethan gets the point after the knock.
We're losing Alpha. Lost A. Taking A. Locking down Charlie.
I don't think that that's like.
Zone A
I
secure.
won the debate. Anything you were saying, like literally nonstop, he'd go blah blah blah. I'm bored. Who cares?
Hello, can you hear me? All right, I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry for anything.
Happy Friday.
I haven't jumped in. I only jumped in like 10 minutes ago. I was watching something pretty engrossed, and then I jumped in around 7:30. So I haven't even done my challenges yet.
All right.
So I was going to ask you if everything was cool.
Sure.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
I just got to get my stuff set up here real quick.
Oh, take your time. Let me know when you're ready. I am not in a rush. It's Friday night, baby. We love, and you know what? I'm gonna go grab another drink. I'll be right back. You set up. You set up.
All right. All right.
Okay.
I am good to go.
Good to go. All right.
Yeah.
was just watching this debate about Israel-Palestine. Do you want to do Blaze Town or Haven and Signal 24/7?
Either way.
Blaze Town 24/7. I'm sorry, I'm saying 7 like that. It sounds funny in my head. Sheven. Anyway. Excuse me. I don't know if you remember that Hassan Piker dude. I sent you, I think, a video with him like a while, but like I think right after the elections, actually, it was a while ago. He was just talking about like, you know, how predictably the Democrats were going to blame progressives for the loss and stuff. But he was debating this other guy. It's kind of mixing with YouTube drama, but it's pretty perverse because it's like, you know, it's being kind of the genocide in Gaza is being used as a backdrop to it, and so it's just this whole thing. But it's pretty. That dude actually just got a write up in the New York Times story about him.
Podcaster or what is it?
He's a streamer. He's like on Twitch.
Streamer.
Yeah, he'll like
Okay.
do like kind of news commentary, play video games. He basically films himself like 12 hours a day every day.
Jesus. Sounds exhausting.
You know what? It's funny because there's this whole debate on whether or not streaming is a hard job or not. And yeah, it does sound exhausting. I mean, I'm trying to do the streaming thing. I mean, not really. I mean, just when I got the time. I've never expect this to like be profitable at any level, but that dude's making like millions of dollars. And he's like pretty much the only like legitimate like left-wing commentator. Pretty much like pretty much like in the mainstream. He's as far left as you can get, like, you know, Bernie Sanders style, a little, you know, younger, a little more energy behind it, a little slightly more radical. But the left wing's like it's a spectrum, and like there's some people who are further to the left than others, and all these people, you know, if you're looking at the entirety of the left, they're pretty people like Bernie and AOC and Sam Piker and stuff like that. There are people way more radical than them. But I think what they're doing is productive. And, you know, bringing people out, at least those rallies that Bernie's been having has been bringing out tens of thousands of people. Bigger than the Trump rallies.
Yeah, I've heard that. Well, Democrats got to get some kind of plan together. It can't just be like Trump's bad. That doesn't work.
Oh, hell no. You need real. I mean, I was telling you this stuff. I remember clearly talking to you about this at work, sitting at the desk, and saying that like, I remember like Biden. I said like it was right after Biden won, right after Trump lost, and I was like, this is all well and good, but if they don't change their policies, if they don't move to the left and start offering up some stuff to their constituents, like this is not going to end. Like this is. At the time, it felt like, all right, we beat Trump, cool. But I was just like just a slight fear, like, you know, this isn't really over. Like they can take over again, and they totally did. Because why? Because the Democrats didn't move a single inch to the left. In fact, they moved to the right. trying to get Republicans to vote for them. Why? Because they're insane.
Yeah.
They're stupid as dog shit, deluded. I don't know what it is, but I'm fairly certain it's just stupid and deluded. They had so much money, dude. They could have just they could have spent $1,000 to do the research to find out that like people want like free healthcare and shit. You know, like pretty much everyone, even Republicans, they think that like going to the right's gonna get Republicans voting for them, when ironically, if they shifted hard left, they probably get more like of the MAGA folk than anyone else. They're just completely out of touch, man. They have no idea what they're doing. I don't know. It's weird. And the proof's in the pudding. I mean, Bernie's bringing the people out. Like, if any of the centrist Democrats start saying, like, criticizing this, or like, oh, it's like, where are the people you bringing out, asshole? No one wants to come out for you because you suck. Shut up. Why are we listening to you? Why are we listening to Barack Obama?
Where's the crowds for Chuck Schumer?
Yeah, dude, fuck Chuck Schumer. Everyone hates Chuck Schumer. Fuck off. Why are you there? These assholes are only there because you know who keeps those guys there, dude? Wall Street. Period. And fuck Wall Street and their fucking bullshit. And you know what? And Wall Street, like, is, I mean, not just Wall Street at this point, like Silicon Valley is like a huge player. But Silicon Valley used to be on their side. And they used to be like kind of Democrats, but now they've gone full MAGA. So I think there might be bleeding big money interests outside of George Soros. But like once big tech got behind Trump, it's kind of like the Dems have nowhere to go. They need to move to the left. There's nowhere else to go. Either move to the left or dissolve and allow a progressive party to organically grow. Because they're ideologically bankrupt. Like they live in a fantasy world if they think that their policies can ever work. They want to like have the same economic policies as the Republicans, but they don't want to, but they think that they can keep the social issues at bay.
They're about to break. Give them a nudge.
When people really, really care about the economic issues. The Republicans just have to like pay lip service to working people, not give them any real economic, policy interest, and they're just like give them the whole, they hate America, they hate you. I'm American. But they're not talking about wages or anything, or the cost of healthcare and all that shit, housing, food, inflation. Yeah. Trump just lied. That's basically what the Democrats, like, and this is like what happened. The economy's a huge issue, obviously. And the eggs is like basically like the meme, from this election. Like, eggs are too expensive, and the Democrats basically. Yeah, but the thing is, it's kind of like this. Eggs are just a symbol of like pretty much everything. Like everything's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, eggs are kind of stupid to talk about anyway. Yeah, there we are. Because, it's like, what's the cause of the eggs being so expensive? So stop talking about the fucking eggs. Talk about other stuff that's actually going to be affected by, tariffs. Because that's
everything is going to be. No one's talking about eggs now. Everything's going up now. Not just eggs. Eggs is old school now. That was just an election thing. No, but they used it.
I don't know. My sister was talking about it not too long ago.
What'd she say? What'd she say?
No, my brother brought it up, which I thought was dumb because, like I said, I think it's just, consequence of the bird flu more than anything else. And that's like out of everyone's control, including Trump. So who gives a shit about the fucking eggs? Shut up about the eggs. But she's like, I don't know where you're shopping, but my eggs are fine. And she showed a picture of like
Wait, when was this?
I'd say about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so since Trump took office, okay, because they're trying to live in a delusional world where things aren't now. Trump fixed the economy and there's nothing's expensive anymore,
dude.
But like reality will hit soon.
It will.
It will. Sooner than we all know. It hasn't even hit yet, dude.
Yeah.
Next month is going to be a disaster.
Oh yeah. And Donnie empty shelves because there's going to be empty shelves.
Things might get kind of crazy.
Shelves.
Things might get like even weirder and crazier than it did during the pandemic.
Yeah, like, people are gonna freaking take their fucking cheap ass stuff.
I mean, this is gonna bring people out. I mean, this could be endgame for MAGA.
It's gotta be, man, because it's nothing talks money does, you know what I mean? And
but the Dems gotta move to the left, man. The Dems have to let Bernie and AOC lead the charge here, man. At least give them a chance. Like,
yeah,
they're bringing the people. They can get the votes. They explicitly focus on getting the vote out. You know, registering people. You know, making sure marginalized people, get the chance to vote. Like just people like Bernie and AOC, like explicitly push that kind of shit. So it's like it's a win-win. They'll bring the votes, and it's just, but
Yes.
At this point, I'm pretty sure it's completely ideological because they obviously are stupid. Like, I'm sorry, I'll just say it. Like, Kamala Harris campaign, if you handed me $1 billion, I could win the presidential election, bro. Like, I swear to God, I'm not even lying.
Yeah.
Like, hand me $1 billion, I will win the presidency. If I took all the money for that whole billion and used it to win the presidency, I'd win. Then I can go to the left, I can go to the right, I can do whatever the fuck I wanted. I got the money. but the fact that like they can acquire that kind of money and then just get brutalized, not just lose bad. They got wrecked, bro.
saw Kamala was talking somewhere and they were like rebroadcasting, but I'm like, get off my screen, man. I don't want to fucking see you. You're not, you know what I mean? It's just like so like just empty. It's just empty shit. Words. It's just like who cares? I don't care. Stop talking now.
But like that's all you're gonna get from legacy media, MSNBC, CNN, all that. They're one and the same. They're the mouthpiece of those kind of people. They're just ideologically just dunzo. Like they don't stand. They're putting leeches on people, man. Like they don't know what they're doing.
Enemy spring mine.
I saw Rahm Emanuel was on. I think was he a guest on Stewart's? I think
was
like a few weeks ago. And I was like, I think they were trying to like, I don't know, because he's talked a little bit about like maybe running for president.
No, he should fuck off.
When I first heard that, I was like, well,
he doesn't have a chance.
He's he's a tough guy, and he swears and shit, big deal. But I was willing to listen to him for a few minutes, but I swear to God, I think the guy was like, he seemed like he was on drugs, like he was like just I don't know. He just seemed like he was laughing at his own jokes and shit, and I'm like, oh my God, dude, get off my screen.
I'll send you a clip. He was on this one, there's a talk show, I'm not sure, I can't remember the name of it. I think it's like something kind of sassy, it's like two ladies. It's online, but it's really political. And they had Rahm Emanuel on, and she starts kind of just going off on him because he's just talking about centrist dog shit, and she's just done with it. She's just like, this is why we keep losing. Like, I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was a good clip. And she actually cooked him real hard, right to his face. I mean, that was on, like, it was video, but they were, And she was just talking right to him, like, dude, you're full of shit. You people are dunzo. Get out of here. You have been proved
Yeah, we need
wrong.
a leader of some kind.
It's kind of like, these
good.
are the people who are like, it's like, let's say we got a really bad case of diarrhea. And like they hand us this cup of shit. And it doesn't fix the diarrhea, and everything sucks more and more. And they're like, oh, let's do it. Let's. All right, now what do we do? Hey, why don't we do the same thing again? Here's this, drink this.
Yeah, right.
Still get diarrhea. Fucking, nothing's working. Now what? Let's do it again. It's like, you idiots. Stop.
Yeah.
That's insanity. Like, literally.
Hold the line, Vincent. This is ours to lose.
Get off this train, man. Let's try something, literally anything different. Like, where's the party that's against the Republicans? You know what I mean? Like, the Republicans hate the Democrats, call them communists, and like demons. Like they're like they're grooming your kids, you know? Democrats are like, we should work with Republicans. We should be bipartisan. Who's against the Republicans? Can we have a party that's like, yeah, everything the Republicans say is dog shit and we can never work with them? Yeah, I'm going on.
Yeah, they're super hypocritical. Everything. They're just fucking total hypocrites.
We're at absurd levels of just delusion. Like it's funny. We've gotten to the point of comedy. You've been killing it tonight, man. I've been yapping. I've had a big game.
I'm doing all right, considering I've been using that goblin that I'm not a big fan of.
Oh man, no shit. You're doing real good, man.
Keep warming up to it a little bit.
I'm just running around with this.
Gotta get a headshot. Oh fuck.
I wonder if I've got.
Oh, I hate that.
I gotta get those.
You gotta get tactical kills, you know, where I stun somebody. I hate those, man. I get that a lot.
Those are
challenges all the fucking time.
Or no, the tactical with
no,
the tactical perk.
Yeah, I got to stun or
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I usually try to bang those out immediately.
I didn't notice that's what it was.
I think I got a call and card challenge to do
closer.
that, but I'm definitely gonna worry about that.
So I haven't heard Seth Rogen. I guess my operator's been Arnold lately, though. So
Yeah, I've noticed you were Arnold last two games. Looks like you're gonna be Arnold this game too.
Team deathmatch. Pacify the
man.
AO kill team.
I think they're intentionally keeping Seth Rogen away from this man. For reasons. I was watching some. I'm in a few subreddits. They're like Call of Duty related. I usually like will join a subreddit whenever like the game will come out. So like when Cold War came out, I joined that subreddit, and I'm still, because there's people who are just still playing Cold War. And there's maining Cold War. There are people who are maining Vanguard, but I think that's pretty slim. It's gotta be super slim. I'd be surprised. I wouldn't mind sometime like downloading Vanguard and seeing how long it takes to get to a lobby, to get to a game. Just don't know how many people are playing.
Enemy deleted!
So there's been some word, the X-Defiant tragic situation. All those people involved have been really quiet until lately. The main developer made a couple tweets talking to some people, and like there's people online like, yo man, save this game, you know, is there any way that, you know, the team can just keep it going or whatever? And he's just like, but word is, according to the main developer, Mark Rubin, he's like, dude, the team has been laid off. Everyone's looking for jobs. Like, it's done. There's no team. Like, Ubisoft, like, they didn't just kill that game. They, like, took it out back, execution style, just murdered it. Like, cold blood. And I feel really dumb defending it in some YouTube comments. There's actually this YouTuber, Big Fry. I don't know if I've mentioned some of his stuff to you before. But he did a video on X-Defiant. And, you know, about it was around the time where, like, the one kind of leaker, reporter, insider guy said that, like, it's been reported that X-Defiant's on thin ice. And I made a comment like, because I was still playing it, and it was like there's party, like, you know, I was there hitting games. It felt like things were fine, you know. And I made a comment that, like, it's going good with X-Defiant, and then, like, literally the YouTuber commented on it, and he says, "Is it?"
Oh my god.
But he was right, dude. It's dead. I feel stupid as hell. You sure about that? Like, not anymore. I should actually probably go back and find that comment and be like, I thoroughly apologize. I will eat my words, sir. Turn around.
Yeah.
Incoming snow! Check your fire! Sniper, strike cover! Enemy spring mine!
Shit. Goddamn spring mines. Spring mines, blast traps. Hit them all.
Jesus.
Get out! Back!
Honestly, that's probably why I don't use them that much, is of how annoyed I get by them. And other people use them. I'm hoping, like, maybe I can get some good karma by not using it. Which weekend's looking like?
Kind of cold, I think, right?
Incoming snow!
Yeah, but that's supposed to be great.
What's my weekend looking like?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's see, tomorrow, actually, we're going over to, my old friend, my old roommate, Rich, the guy who makes the movies. He's having a few people over at his house. I haven't seen him in a while, so
Awesome.
we're
Sweet.
going to do that tomorrow night. Other than that, pretty chill.
I've got tickets for, screw that movie, Sinners. It's starring,
I don't think so.
It's like a vampire movie, apparently, and it's kind of like been like a surprise hit. Apparently it's really good. And it's got Michael B. Jordan, you know who that is? Actor?
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, it's making a lot. It was actually, I think, like #1, or it did really well, so I've been wanting to check out the Alamo Draft House Theater. Front and Clark, right? Like literally just half a block away from the field. It's like kind of one of those dinner, you know, like you can get food while you see this movie and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna check that out finally.
Cool.
And it was the movie, and they have a Beyond Burger on the menu, so get the burger, baby. You think 2:45 is too early to start drinking? That's the time of the movie.
2:45. If they sell it,
oh, they do.
Fine.
It's called the Draft House. I will certainly hope that they have at least drafts.
So it's like a movie theater, or it's a bar that's showing a movie?
I've never been inside, so I'm not sure, like, but if there's a bar and like, but they'll like, it's a theater, but have you ever been to like one of these things where like servers will like come to you like kind of like during the movie or bring the food out, like you can put the order in right before the movie and then they'll bring it out to you?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm not sure how it's set up. The only one I've been to before is almost like they have like in your seat they'll have almost like a counter going like all across, you know, like for like basically a table in front of all the movie seats, and you know, so that they can have your, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's been a super long time, and I'm not sure how they do it there at all. I have zero idea. So I'll let you know how it is. If it's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, if you're ever super bored, man, Cubs games, getting food at a movie theater, the lake, I'm always having a good time, dude.
Cool. Yeah. I was gonna say. Oh, I was just gonna say it's like it's so long overdue for them to start selling like alcohol in the movie theaters. It seems like that pretty much everywhere you go now you can do that.
I mean, the home movie viewing experience has excelled so much that like movie theaters really have to step it up.
Yeah.
Like they have to do something. Like it only makes sense. I feel like having a full service, you know, experience is the only way you can bring people out to a theater. Or at least like maybe not completely. I mean, sure there's the you know, regular theater experience is still thriving to a certain level, but not like it used to. When it was like the only way to see new movies, you know. Pandemic really changed shit. But it's things, you know, we're in kind of a weird, it bounced back in certain ways. I don't know, we're still, or I don't know if the world is, but I'm definitely still adjusting.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we used to like eat out at restaurants on the weekends, like Friday, Saturday, pretty much all the time. Like Rachel would pick me up at the train station and we'd immediately go get dinner somewhere, and then we'd go grocery shopping, and then that was Friday night, like every single Friday night for like ever. But now, I mean, even before I retired, once COVID hit, we stopped going to restaurants like most people, and then we just started getting takeout from the places that we used to eat at, and then we were like, you know, eating inside wasn't like that great anyway, so why the hell do we even do it, you know? Because like the environment, like a lot of the restaurants we like they're good food, but like the environment is just not, you know, it's not like whatever. We got a great Mexican place, but the seats aren't very comfortable. They're kind of, you're squished up against the table.
Yeah, it's kind of like, why are we eating here? It's better to eat this at home.
They're playing, you know, Mexican dance music and stuff, and I'm like, yeah. So I just go get it now. I do it for everywhere. We have an Italian place. It's always cold in there, and it takes forever for the food to come out. I ordered delivery tonight. I swear to God, we get the food faster through delivery than we did when we used to sit there waiting for the food. Weird.
I mean, you're totally saying, like you pay a little extra for the delivery and all that, but it's kind of like you're saving money on gas. You know, it's like you got more time. It's a W. It's a big win. Yeah, going out's like, and I don't even have a reason to go out. Like, I can understand wanting to go out with, like, you know, you and Rachel go out and do something, have fun, talk. I would go out to a restaurant and sit at the table by myself and wonder what I'm doing at this restaurant.
Yeah, that can be awkward.
Yeah, that's my life. My life is awkward at this point.
With some lady that keeps him company.
Yeah. My cat's hanging out with me. They pretty much only beg for food. And the cat literally just jumped up on my lap. I wish my cats had thumbs and could play Call of Duty with me. We would have a team of 3 right now. Right, kitty? Stomping these fools. Yeah, the MO when my cats jump on my lap while I'm playing Call of Duty is I'll give them pets during the kill cam.
Ooh. This is probably gonna have to be my last game tonight.
Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I was gonna call that.
Hopefully I can get these challenges done.
Yeah, I gotta get headshots. Don't even think about it. See what the key to this is. Well, you know what I do when I don't finish my challenges?
Watch it!
I do them in the morning. Or finish them.
What time do they cut it off though? What time does it switch?
11 a.m.
Oh wow.
Either way, I'm pretty sure it's 11 a.m. It might be 10, but I'm almost positive it's 11. I just on the weekends I'll because I have to like do some fucking dance. Oops.
Good to know. Heard Seth Rogen say something for a change.
Oh,
he said MTC3 upgrade, not good, or something like that. I don't know what he's referring to. Not good.
Not good.
Oh wait, it's just another thing. Not good. So I just got one too.
Yeah. Not good.
Not
good. I'm saying it all the time. It just kicked in, I guess.
That's gonna be the phrase for 2005 officially. Not good. Other things, not good. What's the state of the world? Not good.
Yeah. Not good. When there was some Nicolas Cage movie I was watching right before Trump got elected the first time, and when I paused it on the menu, the chapter of the movie was titled "Bad About to Happen," and I remember I took a picture of it and posted it on Facebook. Bad about to happen.
Oh no, that's not a good omen. That doesn't mean anything. Like it was literally an omen.
Yeah, an omen. Yeah, totally. Shots. If I could only get a headshot. Yeah, now it's like Rogan will come. Watch out! They got a sniper. I love it.
It's pretty
I knew it was going to be worth it. kind of weird. Was he not talking? He wasn't talking until today, was he?
He wasn't talking to what? I'm sorry.
I think I don't know if I just didn't notice it, or it seems like it just started talking today. Rogan.
No, I've heard some of his stuff. Since I definitely heard some clips. Honestly, I've been like, you know, I'm drinking again, so I'm kind of half paying attention sometimes, or I'm just talking too much. That happens. But I usually, like, if we're not playing, if we're not partied up, or I don't need voice chat, like I won't even use headphones. You know, if I got video playing, so I don't hear most clips unless like I'm wearing headphones. But I just got a Seth Rogen laugh, that his famous stoner laugh.
Oh yeah. Said maybe I should not smoke before hand-to-hand combat, but oh well.
You can't smoke before hand-to-hand combat. When you can't smoke.
We'll pick you up later.
I love it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even think I finished mine. You know, no, I still need 9 more fucking headshots. I'm probably gonna keep going. Like I said, I didn't jump on until pretty late tonight. And I'm streaming. I'll probably keep streaming for a little bit, and maybe I can get up at a non-insane time in the morning. That'd be fun. Get up when normal humans get up,
all
like
right.
6. Something.
Oh, actually, I completed my challenges. Thank God. Wow, I didn't think that was going to happen.
And I'm almost done with the high art challenges. I'm almost to the color suit.
Groovy.
Very groovy.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow.
Yeah, you're gonna be
going
no
to
worries,
some
sir.
thing too. So
Hey, good. Hey, no worries. I am gonna go see a show. I'm going to the Metro. Monday night. I took Tuesday off actually. So I might not be on. Well, I won't be on Monday.
Monday. What are you seeing at the Metro?
It's a band called Deaf Heaven. It's I can't remember what the genre is called right now, but it's a mix between like shoegaze and black metal, and it's actually works really well, and it's pretty good. Deaf have like DEAF Heaven or Haven. I'm pretty sure it's Heaven. Deaf Heaven. It's good stuff. I mean, it might be a little too. It's banshee, screamy kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Not so much Cookie Monster, more like a Witch on Fire.
Wailing.
Yeah, or like
Witch on Fire.
Like screeching.
Yeah.
But like it's but it does have like the shoegaze vibe of it's actually kind of cool. But I don't know.
I'll check it out.
Sure. Yeah, I'm going there on. Yeah, it's at the Metro.
Monday
it's on
night.
Monday. Like I said, and if you want to come, it'd be cool. But I will, at the most, won't be on Call of Duty.
All right, cool. All right, well, have a good night, and I will see you when I see you, probably Sunday.
Sunday. Cool. Have fun tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, man.
Take it
Talk
easy.
to you later.
See ya. You like that? Is the sound still streaming?
look through their shit and find guns, and the whole thing is really surreal. This is just him.
Not you speeding up the clip. He didn't acknowledge the fact that the videos on YouTube of you talking to him are from the same moment, like 20 different fan channels. I mean, I mentioned that if he refused to reckon with it, but here.
Now he's going to take all the fan channel.
100 and...
Is he already on there? Is he already on IG? No.
Folks. With friends like these, AB has been nothing but respectful and professional to everyone over my tweet.
He's so delusional, dude.
Hutch talking about me. Posted on his Instagram story.
He's embarrassing at this point. It's done. It's over. I hope he's done. I hope mass exodus time, please.
Weird business.
Some of the crew members have to quit. If a crew member doesn't quit over this, like, I'm done. Especially,
dude.
Like, if either AB or Lena do not quit, one, because of the whole creator clash thing, which they fucked up completely, and two, like, the quote-unquote fucking Arabs comment was beyond the pale. Like, that was one of the most racist things I've heard. And it's Jover, Jackson. It's Jover. In my opinion.
2025. The audacity of this man to fucking make this claim that I've like been obsessed because he fucking saw my fan channels repost the same exact clip from the stream 100 times. Yeah. Ethan posted about me in a bathtub photo on Valentine's Day. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's lost a check.
As a threat to Israel. You know, for the moment, thank you very much. There are...
What is this? The video Netanyahu doesn't want you to see?
Hundreds, if not thousands of videos.
The defending the Houthi rebel kid is still a bad look. Need to admit our mistakes and move on. No, dude. Because he's not a fucking Houthi. And if he was, I would still defend interviewing a Houthi. I don't think people understand this.
W. So many W's.
If you have a fucking issue with that, what's your suggestion? What can people do? Fucking stop a genocide?
We're losing Charlie.
Ethan calls it a genocide.
Lock down A.
Dude, I don't give a fuck, dude. Oh my god, it's a bad look.
Losing A.
There's no worse look than supporting a genocide. Literally the worst look.
Someone should make a movie about this. Or even better, someone should make a video game about this. Oh,
Sure,
never mind.
No one can do anything against Israel doing a genocide. Everyone should just stand idly by.
B locked down.
Optic Sandy. The newest Ice Poseidon orbiter. Optic Sandy.
Secure zone A.
15 months. And
Losing
yet every
Bravo.
single one of these Western media outlets was so quick
Are you on shrooms? Am I on shrooms?
Lost B.
Consent
Zone Alpha
for
Cat.
Israel's genocide by repeating a story that incident which never took place. We have
Capturing the objective.
out of Israel.
We're losing
Operator
Charlie.
establishing score.
We lost C.
Up earlier.
We're losing Alpha.
This new revelation. Oh my God. And some of them. And I was like, how
Attack off. Commence watchdog helo mission.
do that?
Losing all zone.
Watch it!
Get a UAV on grid.
Because they were Israeli are to be reported on.
We got the lead. Now hold it.
But that Palestinian ladies and children
Capturing this objective.
were severed and they're found hanging from trees with half of their body missing. But they are
Losing
not
A.
the coverage the body of an 8-year-old Palestinian man who was forced to clear.
Requesting CUAV above. They're taking C. Losing A.
He's not a Houthi, brother. Oh my God. I don't give a fuck even if he was.
Calling in Scorpion.
This kind of, I feel like this kind of chat is going to become less and less frequent. I think Ethan's side are going to run to a corner and hide for a while now. W movement. Let's keep it up. Use this opportunity to do what we can to Palestine.
Take it out.
In the Red Sea against Israel's genocide.
They're taking C.
I support their actions.
Donate. Sure. TACOM, deploy counter UAV.
What is so hard to
Requesting recon above. Taking Bravo, underway.
A genocide.
We're losing Alpha.
Using lethal.
I don't care if you were nuclear or not. They were probably
Security.
Outside it.
It doesn't fucking matter. Defending the Houthis' actions in the Red Sea.
Losing B. Lost B.
Capturing this objective. Wow, I am way too late for this right now.
Taking it. We're losing Charlie.
Calling in Scorpion.
Bravo zone secure.
UAV accepting command.
Losing A.
UAV SPL 50%.
We lost Alpha.
Capturing this objective.
Locking target location. Securing zone A.
Beginning capture. UAV available.
Operator establishing score streak.
UAV surveillance operation.
I assume they'll fucking keep recycling the mass race stuff.
This is a weird career pivot for me.
Do a thorough
We lost
debunking.
Charlie.
A thorough enough debunking.
Next call.
Like
Napalm
the 50
striking.
bad Vegas stuff was
Calling in
instantly
Scorpion.
debunked.
Locking down Charlie.
And that's precisely the reason why people bring that up.
Losing B.
It's an L for any pro-Israel person that brings it up.
Location locked down. Dig in and hold. Charlie.
Individual Jews who rose up and resisted and revolted against Nazi
We're losing
occupation of
Alpha.
Europe, and to say that this was not warranted or valid.
Losing Bravo.
The phrase and is ridiculous and inherently incorrect for the decline of more of a hero who died fighting the Nazi occupation.
God, is that blood? Nobody told me there would be blood.
Losing A. Taking C. All objectives locked down. Hold those SOBs back.
Firing on hold.
Losing B. Operator establishing score streak. Bravo lost.
No. I tried to bring that up.
We're losing Alpha. Taking B.
As a way
Capturing this objective.
like drama farm.
Location secure.
Calling in score
streak.
Incident that you were talking
Crimson on it.
Incoming lethal!
Get a counter UAV here. Attack off and eyes overhead. They're taking C. Take it out. Losing Bravo.
UAV fuel check.
Dan's gonna jump ship. I got a
Probably
feeling.
should not be operating heavy machine.
I think this might be it. I don't think. He no. I don't think because like Ethan kept on like first they were silent. The whole crew was silent. Just totally silent through the whole thing. Let's do a little dance game. What they want. The whole crew was silent. I don't know. I didn't watch the very beginning. I wasn't watching it from the H3 side. So I don't know if they showed any of the crew members who were there. I mean, the only one that was confirmed there, well, there's two. AB said something towards the end. And Dan. But I don't think we heard anything from Olivia or Lena. I don't think we heard from Love. I don't think we heard from Nate. Giardia, I don't know if she was there. So, but he didn't seem like he was getting a whole lot of backup from his peeps. They're probably like, he was like, he's looking up for a confirmation, and I think he was looking a little disappointed because I don't think he was getting it. I think he was completely on his own. Was Hila there? I don't know. No, she wasn't. If she was, she would have jumped in. No question. She would have had to.
The amounts.
Team deathmatch.
There was formerly not a
Neutralize all
budget
threats.
code on there. So if a payment was made, you didn't know actually what it was for anything. $4 billion fund in the Department of Education. And there was no response required. So
We've
people
taken
could
the
just draw
lead.
down on it
Stay on
before
task.
People looked into it. This wasn't us, this was before us. They found that money was being used to rent out Caesar's Palace for parties, rent out stadiums, etc. And so the one change that Doge made with Department of Education is we had the simple requirement that if you draw down money, you must first upload a receipt. That was the only change that was made.
Who
You
are
must
these
upload your
assholes?
receipt. And upon doing so, nobody drew down any money anymore.
Yes, but we didn't say that.
Wait, what the fuck is he still doing? Is he supposed to go back to Tesla? What the fuck is still doing? Are you at the White House, asshole? Fuck off Tesla, you fucking weirdo. Fucking weird breeder bitch.
That's interesting.
They were renting Caesar's Palace.
Yes. I don't believe a single word that comes out of this fucking weirdo's mouth. Not a single one. Everything he says is dog shit. Money can buy you the ability to just walk through life, just constantly saying dog shit bullshit.
You think if you were stealing, you'd start small?
They do start small. But then what happens is over the years, so generally the fraud starts out small and they try to hide it. But then year after year,
Hostile
nobody
RCXD
stops
in
the
your
fraud.
AO.
It gets more and more brazen, and everyone gets going out. Until they're literally hitting out stadiums.
I like him. What's that, $1 million?
I saw an enemy Molotov. Okay, we're talking at scale.
This is driving me crazy.
Oh yeah.
When you find these things, do you guys get mad? You're like, yes, I got one. How does it make you feel?
It's so common. It's so common. You just get numb to it. Like, you start not to get a little numb. You know, and by the 200th time, you're like, well, okay.
Take your fight!
Small Business Administration giving loans to dead people over the age of 120. Yeah, the answer was
That was debunked, wasn't it? You dumb. Fuck these assholes. Fuck Doge. Fuck all these assholes. Fuck all billionaires. All billionaires should be fucking liquidated, thrown into a prison, or just, you know,
Target eliminated.
just whatever.
just by sharing a database and looking at Social Security that showed
They should be liquidated and forced to get a real job. Shall be like.
I don't like this back and forth here because, like, I think people didn't understand. I didn't do a decent enough job explaining my position.
Bye-bye.
Hell no, dude. Hassan, you did a fantastic job. No, fantastic.
One is a planned deliberate extermination campaign. The other is a response to the planned deliberate extermination campaign. And he basically contributed all of that. Like, he reversed the roles.
Hassan did such a good job keeping this cool. Ethan was acting like a fucking child. Like a little brat kicking and screaming. And there are some points that, like, if I was Hassan, I totally would have started going off. I mean, there was a certain point where I just probably been like, "Shut up, you're racist." I would have just like repeated, "Shut up, you're racist." Yeah. If I was Hassan at that point, when Ethan literally said the fucking Arabs, when he said that, I've been like, "You're racist, you're," and I would have repeated that until he quit. Game over. And nothing else you can say should be taken seriously, bro. You're a fucking clown. Basically, you don't think about what you're saying, dude, obviously. And you're cooked. You're cooked. Fuck off forever. Get off the internet, Ethan Klein. Your wife, Teddy Fresh, is donezo. I mean, the terrorists haven't even kicked in yet. I mean, Teddy Fresh is done. I'm gonna call it. We're gonna see some kind of post. Like, unfortunately. We're fucked. We're done. Teddy Fresh is fucking over. Because, one thing, the tariffs make it too expensive. And two, everyone hates us because we're genocidal assholes. You can call me anti-Semitic all day. First of all, I'm not. But I would honestly rather be anti-Semitic than genocidal.
Fuck them!
Both are bad. One's worse.
Look, Ethan is in the zone. Destiny. H3 Podcast. Hassan comparing
got contact.
And Frank. Yes, the only thing that they have is this. They are going to keep removing the LSF subreddit. There's 7,000 people on here right now, and they're going to actively brigade it so that they can make it seem as though this is what actually took place. The reality of the matter, on the other hand, is that most people don't even fucking take their notes from LSF because they basically use it like a pump song for the past few years. Yeah. One should always ask, whenever you're posting on LSF, one should always ask why the head mod, the Orbiter of the Year, by the way, constantly bans people for bringing up that Destiny is a sex pest. Yeah, nobody really goes to fucking LSF except for the horny motherfuckers who
Enemy taken down.
Horny motherfuckers that want to just like brigade it in times of for brigading. When you went in the chat the other day, it was all L's and W's They are literally actively protecting the sex pest over there. They're actively protecting the sex pest from all of the
Stay alert.
fucking
Marshall's people are no
generals. But it doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day because it's like yelling into a
Right there! Get back to work!
Maybe I'm an idiot, but I didn't expect Ethan to be so angry.
Mission goals agreed. Dispatching team to lock supplies.
Oh, hell yeah!
Like
That's how it's
about
done!
a fucking bleed sword. Like, it was so ridiculous. Like, he just came out of like a maniac. Hassan is right. There are fallen fans from this. I'm right here. I've always known Ethan was not perfect, but he was obviously has issues with fake news, and I can't stand by and hope he gets any longer. I've deleted H3 related friendships over them being in the cult still. And I've been shown from the biggest H3 Facebook group because those friends told the moms I have criticism of Ethan's behavior. As Hassan said today, I am embarrassed to wear my Twitter crush. I'm sure hate is going to come my way, but I just need Hassan and possibly Ethan's third party reading this somehow. Some way or another. To see that their actions have real consequences even for fans and the friends they made in the community they cared and cultivate. Why can't Ethan admit that H3 Reddit is almost now entirely populated with hate posts? Where are the goops and gas I've been paying for these 5 years, Ethan? The money was supposed to go to support a show that supported the LGBTQIA+ with a Pride Minute and towards the crew that works very hard to make that show, not you to attack others using politics and bigotry only in your favor. That was a fucking train wreck. Unsubbed and cancel my membership. Ethan needs to learn a lesson. Yeah. I hope some people were like not like him or hate him. The quartering loved it when Ethan called us out on his tags. I agree. It was a fantastic retort by Ethan, in my opinion. The jewel of the crown of his debate. They like the quarter pounder now. So lost. At a certain point, they're going to realize that literally all the fucking fandom this is what makes me sad. I thought that I was able to pierce the veil a little bit and but then he was also cultivating. I mean, he was bringing in a lot of right-wing reactionary sentiments.
You guys try talking it out instead of the whole fighting and shooting thing.
Just like while they just like repeat some of the same fucking right-wing points over and over again. Yikes! In response to some, or yikes! There you have it. In response to someone. In response to someone literally fucking killing Adolf Hitler's son. That's who they're hyping up at this point. And I need you guys to understand something. Like, there are a lot of right-wing shitheads out there. There are a lot of right-wing assholes on the internet. But you are not alone, okay? Yeah, I saw this stuff and they were saying Sam is the token Jew and all this shit.
Deep dive!
You're forgetting that prior to you, Ethan was largely right adjacent? Yeah, but I thought he excised most of the right wing in his community.
Stim administered.
And that they all hate him. Fan bases that wanted Ethan to keep being like a centrist, alt-centrist. How much he fucking sucks. Now are back to supporting him, and he loves it.
Watch out! Damn it, we've lost the lead.
On this issue, he will always have this incredibly inconsistent, angry and resentful towards while also constantly framing everything from the perspective of like ironically enough, this is kind of what happened with
Come on, you're losing this fight.
A bunch of neocon Jewish people propped up was anti-Semitic, but wasn't anti-Israel.
Maybe. The higher I get, the better I shoot.
Ecosystem become more anti-Semitic along the way as well, in comparison to her prior statements. That in and of itself is like when you're so fucking cultivate allegiances, you end up unironically expanding on.
We'll be talking about this on my podcast.
If your only care and consideration revolves around defending Israel, okay, or defending
Good, clear.
the hurt feelings of Americans who want to defend Israel.
Watch out, they got a sniper!
A lot of right-wing figures who aren't necessarily always on your side.
Target eliminated.
Watch out, they got a sniper! Yeah, watch it! Oh, these guns are so heavy. Tactical incoming! Hey, incoming!
I don't think the majority is gonna fucking think that he was making coherent points where he looked like an insane person talking about
Upgrade. Destroyed.
let's define the terms of Zionism. You know? Yeah, by the way, this is, I do unironically believe that. I don't think he believes it. He's just saying that because he wants to move on to the next talking point. That's it. He's lying 100, I will say that forever. He is 100% lying about and that's what I tried to explain to people that were listening. Your own personal feelings are more important. Like, what is going on here? It's not like a fucking card to cast away the people being horrible. Like, if I were to fucking hit someone with a car, I'd be like, well, there's a genocide going on. That'd be fucking insane. If I actually had done something wrong to each, it wasn't just like about how about how like, I had a fucking sword and I gave it to items or something. What the fucking you know, if there was something beyond that I had done too. If I had literally called CPS on his house, then he would have a valid concern there. But I didn't do any of it. And I don't think any of those things were appropriate in terms of like all the harassment he received. And I tried to show him that. Complain about all this shit. And that would be valid if those things
You want
were
to get out of
fucking
this
valid.
alive? Better step up.
Even then, it would be ridiculous if his entire conversation and commentary that revolved around this thing that he calls to be a genocide is just about petty drama. Now I know petty drama is what gets people going. Clearly, I had 120,000 people in here
Assaulting target.
You fucking me? Activate cashback protocols. Get your asses back
If you
to
truly
base.
thought that there was a genocide going on, I don't think you'd be fucking spending every waking moment in at least offering some commentary on that front.
Eyes on enemy. I'm not sure it's enemy Molotov incoming. It was only a matter of time.
That's it. But yeah, I mean, it's the same as the Fetterman principle, right? You can say whatever the fuck you want about Arabs. Whatever the fuck you want about Arabs, bro. And it doesn't matter. You can be a seating senator. Can you imagine if a senator said this about Jews, by the way? You can't reform a carton of sour milk, Fetterman told Ben-Ami. According to the notes from the meeting referring to the Palestinians, Fetterman said he did not believe in a two-state solution and claimed he had never met an Arab person who would condemn Hamas. Correction. The notes from the meeting stated only a single Arab he has met with the staff was present for wouldn't outright condemn Hamas. Fetterman went on to make statements that shocked people. In opposing a ceasefire, he said, let's get back to killing. A person who heard the conversation told me, he said, kill them all. In a statement, Fetterman denied that account, adding, any reference to killing was solely about Hamas. I do support the destruction of that organization down to its last member. You could say all this shit and it won't matter as a fucking senator. Can you imagine if any senator was saying this about Jews, dude? You got him to admit IDF is a terror organization in front of 220,000 people. It's a huge success. I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't think people will care about that, but maybe I'm wrong. The thing that most people will care about is like whatever they consider to be devaluing. Like if they hate me, they'll look for any opportunity to claim that I'm wrong or I'm in the wrong. And I think, I mean, we'll see. Time will tell. There were plenty of moments where Ethan said like insane shit, right? But the internet is incredibly right-wing and incredibly racist. I mean, there's a lot of people who are pro-Palestine for sure. Like that much is clear. But I think the reality of the matter is, for them, like Ethan is like, okay, yeah, it's a genocide. What of it? Like they're just gonna go, okay, that's fine. He said it. Him being insane and unhinged is what his appeal is becoming online. Ethan has the popularity right now to go down a very lucrative path. People want a drama slop YouTuber who hates Muslims and is slightly liberal. The D audience wants him and will grow him. I don't think they have that much motion, brother. Like they have a lot of opportunities to brigade shit, but I don't think they have the motion to do that. I think you're overextending. I think you're like, I'll give you an example of something. Like Ethan in the context nuke said something along the lines of like, I made Hassan and I feel bad and that's why I have to take him out. I saw that. And what he fails to realize is that I was a mainstream figure before I went on fucking Leftovers. And as a matter of fact, I would go so far as to say that he was a more popular figure than me before I went on Leftovers, but I was a more mainstream figure than he was before I went on Leftovers, at least in that time frame, right? Like it's the same difference between like me going out and like someone of comparatively the same size going out. It's because of what I do. It's not necessarily like how many people are watching me in terms of popularity. It's more so because of what I actually do, right? Because I do political commentary, because there's a lot of politicians who watch, because I collaborate with a lot of politicians, because I collaborate with a lot of media individuals, like people in the media. There are, of course, going to be a lot more people that pay attention. I would say as a massive H3 fan, you definitely, one, doesn't keep your composure. You stay relevant without centering the focus on you yourself, but rather topics at hand, two problems in the world. Yeah, I hope more people see that. He posted my comment and told me to stop watching, saying a similar thing. It was so funny. That's when I became a Fallen fan. He's definitely going to walk back on some of the things he conceded today to say, I only said that to shut him up. Anyway, it's a sad state of affairs.
700 to 900,000 were forced to become Zionists, not by choice, but because they were forced out. The vast majority went to the fucking Arabs. The Arabs, the anti-Semitic Arabs.
There you go.
What? Yeah, there you go. What? That's my point. Are you okay?
My case.
Okay, approximately 700 to 900,000.
Dude, the fucking Arabs are responsible for Zionism is so insane. Like, everybody forced Israel's hand, man. Everybody. It's just like Israel never wanted to exist in the violent ways that it does, but it was the fucking shitty ass Arabs who forced Israel's hand, you know? This is the guy who believes Israel's doing a genocide, by the way, and wants you to think that he's like pro-Palestinian. This moment. You lost the debate, but you aren't entirely wrong. Thanks, Chatter. Anyway, will you keep the sword after this debate? Yeah. Why would I fucking throw it out? Do you think the majority will see E as the legend? No. Most normal people who are fucking adults are not going to see that. But it doesn't matter because we are not around most normal people who are fucking adults who will watch this casually. We are around people who are extremely online. So in the upcoming days, you will see an endless sea of brigaders who are like, Ethan was so calm and kept his composure the entire time. TikTok will go crazy with clips going where people are like, what the fuck is this guy's problem about Ethan? Twitter most likely will also be going crazy with clips that are like, what the fuck is this guy's problem with respect to Ethan? But Reddit and Twitch and my Twitch chat will absolutely be brigaded to oblivion with people going, he was so intelligent. You got owned, little bro. You got owned by a guy who is so stupid. That is what they will say. Hutchmoss show what a normal half-educated person thinks? Yeah. Why are people acting like he lost? No one. It's just in a totally just world, regardless of your background, any kind of Zionist tendency should be treated in the same way as being a rabid neo-Nazi. And you shouldn't even let someone be the local dog catcher, as Felix was posting, if they've ever exhibited any sort of positive feelings about the state of Israel.
Now, to me, that seems like extremely dangerous, dehumanizing language about what could arguably be 70% of the Jewish diaspora, and certainly probably people you know in your family.
If you look at what's happening right now and you have positive feelings about Israel,
He said at any point in your life, Sam. Just to be clear, just to be clear about what he's...
Would I have said at any point in someone's life? But I just think this is such a petty, like the idea that we're going to police. Let me respond. You want me to respond this?
No,
like I say, I don't care about this, but if you're going to force me to respond to it, what Israel is doing right now is so far beyond the idea that someone says any time in your life, he's talking about Zionism. And frankly, you go in and you're making this about anti-Semitism. And honestly, that type of
regardless
conflation,
of your background,
I think is so dangerous and so disingenuous I mean, this is, I don't want to get too passionate about this, but I will tell you something. I have had a guy who went to my bar mitzvah, my sister's bar mitzvah, my kid's bar mitzvah, sat at Passover with me 3 or 4 times, call my father and ask him if I'm anti-Semitic. Now, that is just an example, an illustration of conflating what he's clearly talking about Zionism. Was it hyperbole to say any time in life, whatever? The fact of the matter is this conflation is dangerous for Jews.
Yes.
It is a fig leaf and a way of weaponizing anti-Semitism that has enabled Donald Trump to do the shit he's doing, that has enabled the slaughter of thousands upon thousands of children.
Ripping the net down, broken backboard.
It is not keeping Israelis safe. And this type of
Shaquille O'Neal, 1993.
Responsible, frankly, than the idea that he said pause at any time. I mean,
right. In a totally just world, regardless of your background, any kind of
fucking cooked, King.
I'm gonna do a running tally. I want to do a running tally of how many points that he conceded to and just said, okay, you're boring. You know what I mean?
Doing it like Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping always looks like he's got something better to do because he does, because he's Xi Jinping. Thank you.
Anyway, please tell us this was cathartic for you. You will take help from anyone and everyone. No matter what their background is.
Right?
You claim to care. You claim to care about rape, and you're hyping up a dude who has a segment on a show called Ultimate Rape Review. The reason why you're hyping up that dude is because you don't give a fuck. All you care about is petty drama. This is your only content. Stop doing petty drama content. Shut the fuck up about politics and get back to goofs and gaffs, and it will be fine. People will forget that you have behaved in this way, but you don't want to do that. It's become a fucking personal agenda for you that people don't like you. It must be anti-Semitism. No, they don't like you because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you have to be babied by goddamn producers as a 40-year-old adult. That's the reason why people don't like it. That's
very good. Very good.
You will take help from anyone and everyone.
And this
no matter
is all written by Destiny,
is.
right?
You claim to care. You claim to care about rape, and you're hyping up a dude who has a
I've never been more of a house nut we had before tonight than ever. Rushed him. Captain, my captain.
What? Ultimately, I agreed with you on the majority of everything, but I feel like your delivery on some points can be done with more compassion. You say he's seeing
all criticism should shut up. That's cope.
No, because I don't believe that the creators are being intentionally anti-Semitic or even accidentally anti-Semitic. I think he's insane. Also, it's hilarious because he admitted that it wasn't a swastika. Ethan Klein admitted that he would view Anne Frank differently if she actually resisted militarily against, if she had the opportunity to resist militarily against the Nazi occupation. He called his wife a terrorist. He admitted that Israel was doing a genocide. He admitted on numerous occasions that he was wrong on a shit ton of points that he had brought forward in his context nuke. He even admitted that he misrepresented Nelson Mandela's position. And I don't know how people's takeaway from that is going to be like, well, yo, he was really composed.
Was acting so unhinged. If anyone was cool with his performance, are just their opinion shouldn't be considered because they're obviously either just completely twisted or they're just dumb.
He just like doesn't. I don't think he can contend with rejection. And this is I feel like this is a big part of the issue.
You still got 40,000 people watching, which is the average right now for H3.
He basically conceded
Get
on every
cooked,
point,
H3.
except for the main
Please, forever. You're done.
Which is that his feelings.
I don't want to see I down with H3. I don't want to hear anything from them ever again.
Yeah, Israel's committing a genocide, but you literally cannot do anything about it. You can't. And you have to ask Ethan Klein what the right way to go about it is. Do you think this opened more eyes with this debate to his narcissism and just fed into it more? No, I think it fed into it more. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe tomorrow, magically, Ethan's like, yeah, you know what? I fucked up. Like, I don't believe the shit that I have been saying for a while. And that I am...
and then he gets divorced from Hila because that would have to happen.
I need to...
No, Hila's going to
maybe that's
reach into his body and rip out his heart. That's what's going to happen.
Plenty of support from like the Nick DeOrio, like all the Keemstar adjacent, Keemstar orbiters who fucking despise me are going to... they're going to run around and hype him up and be like, you're our king, you're so good.
Futile.
Team deathmatch.
Dr. Pepper's BS? Yeah, it's
Eliminate
not
all threats.
Boycott, divestment, and sanctions list. I don't know why.
Molotov going out!
Yeah, I know his sub count's been steadily going down. That doesn't mean anything. When you mentioned the anti-Semitic stuff, I actually thought he was joking. No, he was being serious. You can call you a liar, then play clips that immediately showed you weren't lying. Yeah, this is why I said yesterday that I think a lot of this stuff doesn't matter. A lot of
it doesn't, dude.
issues don't matter.
You've been, I was, honestly, like, I've been behind you, but I feel like I've been too hard. I think you've been playing it well, sir.
Fucking look like a dumbass.
I can't wait to. And now explain. Out of your mind. Okay, so what did the Jews in Iraq have to do with fucking Israel? You bigot.
Vindication for why, or a comparison as to why Israel had to do the Nakba.
Why were Iraqi Jews leaving to go to Israel?
Fucking moron who doesn't understand.
That's why they left. They left because I'm a fucking moron. Son, you coward.
You coward. I'm gonna have all these soon. Yes.
Dude, this is on its face a huge dub. Sorry, I mean, I don't care how people try to twist it. I think it's pretty fair to say all who tried to... Hell no! Hell no, he's doing this for his fucking terrorist wife. Only love makes people this stupid.
Was actually solid. Like that was an incredibly solid way to, I guess, own me in the marketplace of ideas or whatever. Like oh, I got you. The swastika sword, but it made me feel like it was a swastika sword. It was really fucked up. Or the moments where he was like, how did you feel doing iDubbbz' like content cop? I was like, I don't fucking I feel like it might be a swastika, and I don't like that it feels like it might be a swastika. We wanted to find anything none existed, okay? I do think personally, calling each other names was not helpful though, bro. That was like 5 hours, man. Calm down. At the end of, like that obviously solved nothing. Yeah, I know. It made me feel good though for a moment. It was a moment catharsis for me. Yeah. Ethan's entire fucking framework around Israel has been that, like, unlike Eve Fartlow, he does believe that a genocide is happening. But just like Eve Fartlow, he's complaining about seeing a free parking sign and then thinking it said Free Palestine and how that made him feel realistic. That's the difference. He lives in this very unique place where he's carved out. He's like, I'm progressive. I actually think he's doing a genocide sometimes, or other times he's like, it's not doing a genocide. Who knows? But then, simultaneously, you can't really do anything about it. You can't say anything about it. You can't really speak up to the groups that are resisting against it, because then I think you should be deblocked. That makes no sense. The reality is, no matter what fucking people say online, most normal people see stuff like this and laugh and go, okay, dude, like, you're out of your fucking mind, you know? I mean, this is one of the funniest memes of all time. Woman slams paragliders who made her think Hamas was invading Doncaster. It's a classic. None of this stuff is going to change the needle in terms of, like, you know, younger people reflecting on their attitude toward Israel's live childhood. And what's sadder is that we are not going to be able to actually change the dynamic. We're not going to be able to
they're about to strike. Give them a nudge.
Shot a fucking It's disgusting.
Fucking nuts.
And Israel's defenders are disgusting and gross.
It's disgusting and gross.
And that's precisely the reason why he made it seem as though he was, he's like, oh, it's a genocide. Yeah, here, there's a great video from Matthew. Yes, fine, I agree with the genocide when it comes, I'll treat it with the urgency it requires. After our Facebook platform, we've been treating it with the urgency it requires. You call Matt Lee a cop. You call all these people fucking, you know?
It's so funny, yeah, because he invokes Jews who, who worked with the Nazis when talking about Jewish Voices for Peace, and then those people were called capos, which Hassan rightfully called out. And then Ethan's gonna be like, I never called them capos. I just compared them to Jewish traitors to the Nazis, collaborators. It's just, it is cooked. Please, can we end this? Can H3 just be done? Just donezo.
Active is not to be liked. It's on that.
No, that's the other side. I know people don't like me. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay? I know people don't like me as well. Trust me. A lot of them are fucking really gross people, and I don't really mind that they don't like me, you know? Maybe people in their fan bases, they get fucking duped into thinking that I'm a bad dude. That's one thing. But it's life. Life is life. What are you going to do about it? Stop fucking crying all the time.
Life is life. Oh, what's that band's name? Dun dun Leibach.
It just
Life is life. Do do
It's so
do do. Life is life. Leibach.
He seems to have no problem.
They're fascist coded. I'm not sure if they're actually fascist. They might be though.
I don't. That's not what I'm talking about. See, that's what you're doing. You're excusing people being alive and kids being murdered.
Playtime's over. Let's see what you're made of.
On the daily. Okay. Now I'm not denying.
What is this? I don't care about this. Fucking holy shit.
Oh, you should have finished that one out. You almost got to the good part.
We've lost the advantage.
This is all I got for today. Holy fuck, that was a long day. It's only 8 hours and 37 minutes, but yeah, we know he let us.
Good job, King.
Tactical incoming. I don't care about her perspective on this because I think it's Ethan still, who is a 40-year-old adult in the deplatforming initiative. Now doesn't want to take credit for it when he had fucking no issue.
When he already took credit for it.
I feel like I'm losing my mind, folks. Oh my god. Anyway. Hopefully we'll be done with the fucking oh my god. We're probably not.
We are, but from this point on, it's
guys, and I will see you tomorrow.
You're done.
Okay, all right, peace, everybody. Love you. Bye bye.
Sunny Los Angeles,
Hostile grenade! You're dead.
Bye-bye.
Target appears.
Despite watching his entire platform games and avoiding the situation for over a year, I'm Alex has finally returned to share his side of the story. However, would said response be enough to turn the tide of public opinion, or will it reignite the controversy and drag his reputation down even further?
My response to allegations that my ex-girlfriend Alice has, who I was in a relationship with for the majority of 2023. Alice hit me, kicked me, emotionally, verbally, and physically abused me, as well as threatened me and blackmailed me constantly throughout our relationship.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries. Today, we'll be going over the recent developments in the web of controversies and allegations surrounding the YouTuber I'm Alex. What was revealed in his latest response video, how it affects the allegations from Alex, and why fans seem to hate Alex even more now. Last year, I made a video discussing the laundry list of allegations and evidence directed at the creator by his ex-girlfriend Alice Hez. To give a super brief overview, Alice released an 80-page document.
Yo, I'm sorry, but a relationship with an Alice and an Alex, it's never.
Right down.
Not to minimize what's going on, but they shouldn't have even gotten together in the first place.
Handful of videos that revealed a true disturbing side of Alex. During their 9-month relationship, it was alleged that Alex constantly abused, manipulated, and threatened Alice in the worst ways imaginable. From calling her a dumb whore to saying he was going to break her neck, Alex left nothing on the table when it came to being a horrible partner.
Now, when it's too late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should have laid down like a good fucking dog, you don't do it.
It's super hard to even try to make a comeback after this clip. Dude, there is no real way around it. I can't believe it's like in 4K. This in 4K is so fucked. Like, the fact that you're so arrogant that you just didn't care that you knew it was going to exist, that you knew this was being recorded, is absurd. You're obviously a fucking psychopath. Get the fuck offline. You and Ethan Klein should start a fucking podcast, but you're not connected to the internet. You just fucking rant and rave at each other in some room somewhere. Who gives a fuck?
You end up admitting that you fucked it all up anyway, so it's just weird. And I know that you're going to end up admitting that you fucked it all up.
Alleged
it's just over
for Alex, as he eventually resorted to alleged physical violence by the end of their relationship. According to Alice, he'd hit her on 2 occasions, when they initially moved in together and right after they broke up. Alex's toxic behavior wasn't limited to his then girlfriend, as he was discovered to be still stalking another one of his exes and kept intimate images of throughout their time together. Alex was radically toxic, and it was only after they separated that he began showing Alice some tenderness.
Do it now. If not, get to work.
I felt like I was the fucking, I do all this fucking work and I do everything and I try and do this and, just nobody's appreciative and, I know you appreciated it. I know you appreciate the effort I used to put in. And then I just stopped because I had you and you're my girlfriend and we lived together, and the more further we got for our relationship, the less effort I put in.
Unfortunately for Alex, that bridge had already been burned, and more aspects of his life were about to go up in flames. Following Alex's expose document, the entire incident against Alex, from Blue's dislike from his videos to losing around 2,000 Alex's deplorable behavior behind the scenes was eating away at
I don't think I was ever so dying, Alex.
His friends released statements disavowing him and supporting his ex. At this point, almost nothing was left of Alex's reputation, career, or community. This fall from grace was only made worse by Alex's refusal to address the situation initially, and many speculated that he would never respond at all. Fortunately for Alex, he did have a response planned. However, would it save his reputation, or would it condemn him even further? On the 20th of March 2025, Alex would finally return to the internet with a 2-hour-long video titled My Response.
This video is my response to allegations made by my ex-girlfriend Alice Hez, who I was in a relationship with for the majority of 2023. Alice hit me, kicked me, emotionally, verbally, and physically abused me, as well as threatened me and blackmailed me constantly throughout our relationship. Alice has continued to harass me by posting false information about me, as well as fabricating stories about our relationship online to this day.
To start things off, Alex addressed the claim from Alice that he was under police investigation and listed in the Clare's Law database. According to Alex, there couldn't have been a police investigation since law enforcement never contacted him, and his name was not on the Clare's Law website. Furthermore, Alex highlighted how Alice shouldn't be able to share any information about an ongoing investigation, and even if she did, her private comments on the issues kept contradicting each other.
Alice wrote all of these messages and posted the document knowing that the police investigation was a lie, as it would not be possible for Alice to share any information if this was at any point an ongoing case.
From Alex's perspective, the supposed police investigation was only included to heighten the severity of the situation publicly and push the narrative that he was a criminal. While there was a possibility of that being the case, the way Alex was presenting Clare's Law was nowhere near accurate. You see, Clare's Law doesn't operate like typical criminal records, and it is not as severe. Clare's Law is simply a paper trail that police in the UK can reference in the event that someone is suspected of or reported for domestic abuse, with their website stating, Clare's Law, also known as the Domestic Violence Disclosure Scheme, is a police policy giving people the right to know if their current or ex-partner has any previous history of violence or abuse. The way Alex was presenting it made it seem like Alice was calling him a criminal, but the actual nature of the policy was more of a preventative measure. The next topic on the table was how Alice supposedly fabricated, hid, and altered many aspects of her story to preserve a one-sided narrative of him being an abuser, from changing aspects of her Google Doc to blocking people for calling out her inconsistencies on Twitter. Alex presented viewers with the idea that Alice was intentionally lying about the events that transpired in their relationship.
When Alice's story was questioned on Twitter, she was one of the threats to leak my phone number whilst also insulting me and anyone who pointed out these inconsistencies in her document. Alice would then block these people after arguing and insulting them, for replying to her posts as they were highlighting many of the inconsistencies and lies that Alice had made. Alice changed her Google document multiple times to hide these criticisms and has cropped messages that showed her using the same racial slurs that she had accused me of bringing into our relationship, as it directly contradicted her story.
One of the more serious aspects of the story that Alice touched on was the notion that he wasn't at all abusive in the relationship. To support this idea, Alex shared screenshots and parts of Alice's Google Doc that show her admitting to physically abusing him on multiple occasions. He also stated that Alice had fabricated one of the physical confrontations they had early on in their relationship and blown it out of proportion.
I had told my friends that Alice had been hitting me. Alice denied this on text when she found out and threatened to sue me if I continued to tell people she had been hitting me throughout our relationship. Alice says that my story will contradict hers, and that's because Alice knows that our relationship is not how she has portrayed it online. Alice says we had a huge fight where I dragged her, covered her mouth, and put her in a headlock. And this happened on the 19th of October, a few days after we had moved in with each other. There are no texts from this time that even suggest that we were fighting or happy to fight, and that's because this did not.
Following this, Alice supposedly used those accusations of abuse to blackmail him into staying in the relationship, all the while being the one that was abusive. However, Alex did admit to assaulting Alice on one occasion, but tried to justify it with the following statement.
Alice started by calling me fat in text and in person, and this was because she wanted me to keep my shirt on. She did not like my illness, and she didn't want to see it or be around it. We were in bed together, and Alice told me when I took my shirt off that if I was going to do that, she wanted me to sleep downstairs. I told Alice I wasn't going to do that because I wanted to sleep in our bed that night, and she had complained that I spent too much time away from her. This angered Alice, and she called me names. I ignored her and turned away so I could go to sleep. Alice turned around in bed and kicked me in the back, and I told her to fuck off. And then she kicked me even harder and then started...
Whoa! See, you crossed the line there. She kicked you? Was it actually, you told her to fuck off? Yeah, I mean, okay, you're done there, dude. You're cooked. I'm Alex. Fuck this fucking asshole. I'm done talking to him. I'm done listening to this asshole. I'm out.
Given up the lead. Just give me a second.
Do you have evidence that H3 Snark called CPS on you?
Did I say that?
Like random anonymous.
Did I say that?
Who called CPS?
What the fuck? So I don't know. Did I claim they did?
Do you have evidence that H3 Snark called CPS on you?
Did I say that?
Like random anonymous.
Did I say that?
Who called CPS?
What the fuck? So I don't know. Did I claim they did?
Oh, my mic was off. Woo! I called it though. Bad empanada. Here comes the video about it. Woo! These comments, Assad should take the kids. I'm going through some of these. Oh my god. The end of the quote-unquote debate where Ethan tries to get his son to drag Bad Empanada was so odd. Ethan would have literally no understanding of Bad Empanada's valid criticism of Hassan being too permissive to liberals on this issue and having many revisionist tendencies in general. I mean, you know what? I don't want to speak for anyone, but I think that like the content creators here, on Twitch and on YouTube and all, and like in essentially Hassan's circle, I think that they would all agree with this sentiment. Let Bad Empanada cook. I think that he should continue exactly what he's doing right now. And whenever he sees dog shit, he should let everyone know he can smell it. And despite what like Hassan said before, I mean, because, you know, whatever, dude. Yeah, you're further to the left than Hassan. So, like, when you're, during the, like, React Gate, that was, like, I think we should just kind of just let that shit go. Because it's to kind of say Hassan doesn't contribute, like, if, like, people aren't watching for him, they're watching to watch other people's content, and he's stealing it, that's the chair reactions. We need to let that go. people are not watching Hassan so they can consume other people's content. In fact, I know that there's content creators out there that would love for Hassan to watch their shit. So the whole React Gate should go. And I don't think that like I don't think Bad Empanada. I mean, I haven't dived into that his commentary specifically on the whole Chair React situation. It's obviously changed. He obviously gets it now. He wouldn't care if Hassan got up to go piss while he was reacting to one of his videos. He gets it. Hassan's doing it to get out the message and to bring that message to as many people as possible. He's not in it for the money. I mean, that's what I get out of it. Despite the fact that he has money, that people give him a lot of money, because he's smart, articulate, funny. You know, everyone knows he's, you know, he made me gay. So that stallion is getting a little success, but at the same time, I don't think he's doing any of it for the money. Obviously not. Shit he says would piss off like corporate interests and the money bags and the fat cats on Wall Street. But they can't say shit because he's got money too. Money is the only real power in America. At the end of the day, if you got the money, you got the power. That's why Kamala Harris, the fact that she lost, is unacceptable. I could have won the election with $1 billion. You don't even know who I am. No, I'm streaming right now and no one is watching. You give me $1 billion, I will win the presidential election. I wish someone would test that. Like, yeah, sure, give me $1 billion, that'd be cool. But I would definitely use it to win the presidential election. Unlike Kamala Harris, who is like, who thought it was a good idea to react to Palestinian protesters in her rallies by saying, I'm talking. She may as well have just said, hey, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about the genocide. You could have just said that. Because that's basically what, like, because what else was she saying? This idea that, are they being unreasonable? Like, I'm the reasonable one. Children are getting burned alive. There's nothing reasonable about the Democrats' position on what's happening there, particularly in the Biden-Harris camp. And when people are kind of like, hey, children are dying, and she tells you to shut the fuck up, it's kind of like, well, you just lost my vote. And that $1 million is worth dog piss. A big bucket of dog piss. That's what everyone should have just sent. Instead of sending all that money to Kamala, everyone should have just like filled a bucket with piss. Send it out. Same value. They may as well have. Been better for all of us. The only person who wouldn't benefit from that situation is Kamala Harris. The rest of us, though, we'd be cool. Oh, should we jump into some Vitaly stuff? That's Hazy has, he got 20 years? Whoa. Whoa, okay. Yeah, we're watching this.
If they charge him with this, he'll automatically receive 20 years in prison.
I'm sure the government is going to punish or do everything that they can against Vitaly to
and then harass a bunch of Filipino citizens for his own live stream content. This, surprisingly, when you look at his past record, was the worst decision of his life, especially Vitaly's situation in the Philippines. Because a few weeks ago, if they charge him with this, he'll automatically receive 20 years in prison.
I'm sure the government is going to punish or do everything that they can against Vitaly to help to hold him accountable or liable.
And that's what the Filipino attorney told me today in regards to the Vitaly situation in the Philippines. Because a few weeks ago, the Russian-American creator Vitaly thought it would be a great idea to steal a motorcycle, an industrial fan, a red light mask, and a couple guard hats, and then harass a bunch of Filipino citizens for his own live stream content. This,
Dummy.
surprisingly, when you look at his
This is all
past
Logan Paul's
record,
fault.
was the worst decision of
He
his
started
life,
this like 10 years
especially
ago.
stealing the motorcycle. Because in the Philippines, stealing a car or a motorcycle is an
Fuck you,
automatic
Logan Paul. You
20-year
ruined
prison
everyone's
sentence.
brains.
But because he never turned on the motorcycle, there's some room for discussion about
Not
the
mine, though.
charge, as he hasn't formally been charged for that yet. Clearly, I'm way out in the deep end here, so I decided to contact the practicing Filipino attorney and YouTube creator, attorney Neil Abayan. And here he had a lot of information to share with us in regards to how the legal process in the Philippines works and how big of a mess Vitaly accidentally landed himself into is. How was the reaction within the Philippines of what Vitaly did?
So first, it was pretty much covered by the mainstream media. That's why there were interviews conducted against the government officers. So one of the most viral, or is it viral is the proper term? One of the videos or interviews that was heavily covered was with the Secretary of Interior local government here. The one that when Vitaly was brought behind him and Vitaly, was making gestures, disrespectful gestures. So that guy was the secretary of the Department of Interior local government, who has jurisdiction over the local government units here, over the police. And so
Is
on.
Vitaly the dumbest person on the planet?
Essentially, like, actually
he's in the running.
what he did.
I'm sure the government is going
King
to
of the stupids.
punish or do everything that they can against Vitaly to help to hold him accountable or liable.
So Vitaly just stumbled into being a pawn in some political game, potentially.
Yes, that could be one thing.
So what they did there, that is not normal for criminals to be brought out like that.
Yes, because first and foremost, Vitaly is not the only foreigner who was declared as an unfavorable alien, But because of what he did, he covered it in his social media. He conducted live streams with it.
Yeah.
So they treated him extra special, basically.
Wow. What's the ongoing process he's currently going through?
There isn't really that much updates from the mainstream media news outlets here.
Green light,
because they covered
go,
it for like
go,
a week, and after that, it basically died down already. So the last articles I was able to read, they already filed cases against him, and that he's in detention with the Bureau of Immigration. So I'm assuming he's undergoing deportation proceedings together with criminal parties. So just to give you an idea, for the criminal cases that was already most likely filed or probably will be filed against him. From the news articles I saw, it's basically bailable offenses that they charge him with. Unjust vexation, and a couple of theft cases. Those are all bailable crimes here in the Philippines. So what's going on also, since he's most likely also undergoing deportation proceedings with the Bureau of Immigration, the right to bail is not a criminal case. So there's already decided cases for that with the Supreme Court. So basically my point here is that Vitaly will not be automatically released while going together with the criminal cases.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, so he won't be let on bail currently.
For the deportation proceedings, no. Because again, deportation proceedings are not criminal in nature, so bail is not a matter of right in deportation proceedings. It's not automatic. Unlike if they don't
conduct the deportation proceedings. They just go with the criminal cases against him. Like I said, the cases that were filed against him or will be most likely filed against him are all available, so they can release him on bail. So that's most likely why he's under currently the jurisdiction of the Bureau of Immigration, so that he won't be able to, bail to apply or post bail records.
When is the nearest time to be able to essentially bail out?
Oopsie. Why didn't anyone tell me?
The deportation proceedings,
no one's in
there's
here.
no bail there, so it's totally discretionary of the Bureau of Immigration if they want to, temporarily release him while he's undergoing the deportation proceedings. For his criminal cases, just filed with the prosecutor, file a motion for bail for that. However, we have to remember, since he's also most likely, or he's probably undergoing also deportation proceedings, he will still be detained in the Bureau of Immigration, even if he will be allowed to bail for the criminal cases. Those are two different cases.
Where is this guy? Wait, what? Really? How did I not see this guy?
It's in the investigation level, in the prosecutor level, let's say it takes probably fastest 6 to 8 months. And during that time, it's in the investigation of the prosecutor level. However, in Vitalis' case, since he's already under detention,
This is an 8-week fight, and I'm gonna see my way out of it.
his liberty at present, even without the proper criminal cases filed. Because again, I'm assuming he's also undergoing deportation proceedings. There's no current new developments, new articles that they are releasing about him. That's why I'm not fully aware what the status of his case is already. These are all based on, my assumptions as a lawyer, because I have an idea of how the deportation proceedings work, how the criminal cases here work.
So he will stay in the detention facility until his criminal cases start, most likely.
He will stay there even if his criminal cases have not yet started. He will still stay there because, again, he's most likely undergoing also deportation proceedings. Basically, from how I see it, the government is doing everything they can to detain him. Because if they will just stick with the criminal charges, he will just post bail, then he will be free. Yeah. In cases like this, the most common thing, generally what governments usually do, they just detain the undesirable alien for a couple of days, weeks probably, then they just deport him.
Yeah.
But here, that's not the case. They want him to be held liable fully for the criminal charges. And then they're playing around with the deportation proceedings, I'm assuming now, to maximize the detention of him during the pendency.
All right, I should go.
Have you already guessed what do you think his sentence would roughly be?
For the cases that were filed, it's very minimal, just like a month for each, theft. A month or 2 months detention the most. So unjust vexation, that's the lightest of all crimes.
My clock on my desktop keeps fucking me because it freezes up.
So in essence, unjust vexation.
It says 9:19 on my computer, but the real time is 9:55.
Let's say there's one unjust vexation, that's 1 month, and then for the theft charges that were filed
that's
against him,
nearly an
probably also
hour.
going to be a month or 2 the most, considering the
Well, no, it's
value of the
like
things that he stole based on the video, the
45
security
minutes
guard cap. The span is less than 5,000, so more or less it's a month or 2 for the theft.
All right, I'm gonna stop the stream because it's just not loading.
Yeah, so that's
it's cooked. My desktop is as cooked as Ethan Klein.